All right, guys, I'm going to take a look at Robinhood. Big bull move over here. Check out my last video on Robinhood, and I was talking about how there were so many bearish people that just had this vengeance against the company and they wanted to short the stock and whatnot. And look how it's played out. They all got squeezed. And I was mentioning that that could have provided an opportunity. Be greedy when others are fearful. And sometimes it's good to go against the grain. Not always, but sometimes it is good to go against the grain. Think outside the box. And since a lot of people had this vengeance and whatever against the company, that left the stock underpriced. And normally when IPOs come out, they're up 20, 30, 40%. Robinhood was down 10% on the day of the IPO. That presented a buying opportunity. So what we saw in that first day, when it came out, let's take a look. What were the signs to buy in? I said, look for a support level to be established, some higher lows and higher highs, and that would be the signal to enter. And let's go on that hourly. Do we get more info here? So we broke this support level over here, but only by 10 cents. So it was a fake out to the downside, lower wick of buying the dip. That was the signal. That was the bull signal. Fake out to the downside, clear support area, then went up, set a low, high, higher low, higher high. Those were the signals to get in. And look, it's been on an uptrend since. Low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, consolidation, higher high, higher low, bull flag, higher high, higher low, higher high. Kept going. Big move today, 24%. It moved up another 10% or so, 8% or so in the aftermarket. Huge move today for the bulls. Now, what are we looking for from here? Well, I mentioned to take some profits right around this mark over here. That's where I said take some profits on my Instagram. And it did consolidate around there after that volume spike, but ended up just forming a bull flag, healthy consolidation, and then a break back above these highs was a signal to get back in, and it continued that uptrend over here. Now, there's no real huge volume spike on the upside, so not totally sure this move is done yet, but gap ups are for selling. And I would say if this does gap up at, $52, $53 or so, anybody who bought down here or here or here, or even at the end of the day today, I think it would be a smart move to take a little bit of profits, as I personally have my doubts we'll get another one of these big green candles. But of course, anything is possible if this stock really is gaining a lot of hype and really squeezes. I would look for at least an initial pullback. It's hard to really fully gauge these stocks that are in a blue sky breakout like this one, because there's no previous price history. There's no moving averages to go by. There's no Bollinger Bands to go by. They haven't been trading enough to give us much information. So what I'd be looking for, at least in the short term, was if it gaps up that high, I would look for at least some profit taking. And obviously the stock's hot. There's a lot of shorts on it, and people might be looking to buy the dip, and shorts might be looking to cover with less of a loss. And if that happens, if we do get a pull back, I wouldn't be surprised to see some bulls show up and buy that dip. What are some areas to be looking to buy a potential dip off of if it does dip? This aftermarket support level around 49.80. Look at these higher lows on every hourly candlestick. When that pattern breaks, that could be the signal to get out in the short term. Now, since we don't have this previous price history, it's a little bit hard to really gauge from here. I would have to see the volume. If I'm seeing massive volume tomorrow morning and I see a pullback, what you want to see is if it does pull back, you want to see a clear support level be established. It probably will pull back. I'm thinking at least a pullback initially as people take profits and as bears think it's a good shorting opportunity, because gap ups are often for selling. But that doesn't mean it's going to go red and have a bad day. It's possible that we do get a big red candle tomorrow where it opens up here and ends up red down back to that $46 mark or so. That's highly possible. That's one scenario that I'd be looking at. And the next scenario was a gap up, flush down, potentially hold this the high of today as a support area, don't fill the gap, and then run to God knows what, $60 or so. That's also another potential possible scenario I'm looking at. And obviously there's two big different scenarios that I'm looking at, which one's going to play out, and there's probably a million other different scenarios. But to me, those I think would be the two likeliest scenarios that I'd be looking at. So either a gap up and a flush, or a gap up, hold the gap as a support area, and then run even further. We are getting overbought on the hourly though. So some of the odds favor the bears a little bit in the short term after this move up. Hard call here. Like I said, I have no moving averages, no Bollinger Bands, nothing to go by. We're in a blue sky breakout, no previous price history. I would really just say watch that 5-minute chart, because if it opens tomorrow and it does pull back, you want to see a clear support level be established. You want to see a little bit of a double bottom off of that area and then rocket to higher highs if you're a bull. If you're a bear, you want to see an initial push up, a little bit of a double top, high volume at the highs, and then flush down from there. Or you want to see a drop, high volume, bounce, set a lower high, and then break down to a lower lows. That's what you would want to see as a bear. So game plan for trading tomorrow, I would say perhaps something like this. Wait for that first 5-minute candle to form, then look for the support on that first 5-minute candle, and the resistance is the high of that first 5-minute candle, the support is the low of that first 5-minute candle, and then go by there. A break of that low could signal the potential trend coming for the day, and a break of the high could signal potential further upside. But you do want to see that high hold as a support. If it does break that high, you would want to see that hold as a support area and then set that higher low and continue to higher highs over there. A lot of different potential scenarios. I would say if you're looking to get in, wait for a little bit of a pullback, wait for that RSI, that hourly RSI to cool off, a little bit of a volume spike on the downside and a higher low to form, at least on the 5 minutes, and then enter, in my opinion, if you're a bull. If you're a bear, look for a big volume spike on the upside, double top, then you top fish around that double top, and then you go bearish. If you're already in a position bullish, I would suggest it's probably a good idea to take a little bit of profits off the table. It's always good to scale out and trim your position as a stock goes up, unless you really plan on investing for the long term. But if you're looking to just make some quick money, it's good to take a little bit off the table as you get more into the green. If you're a bear, like I said, if it flushes down, probably be a good idea. If it flushes down first thing, probably be a good idea to cover part of your short position, as I'm sure there's bears looking to cover their short positions with less of a loss, and there's new bulls looking to enter and buy that dip. That's what I'm looking for. Quite a few different scenarios. Hope I didn't make it complicated for you guys, but unfortunately with new stocks like this, no previous price history, not much to go by. We don't know how far this is going to run. I guess we're going to see if tomorrow's volume starts off higher than today's did. Today in that first hour, we got over 18 million. Today's total volume, 93, almost 94 million. Can we get more volume tomorrow and push this even higher? That's the question. We shall see tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helped out at all. And sorry if it's a little bit confusing today. I'll drop more videos soon. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. Please press that like button. And, I am happy about my last Robinhood video, because I was quite on point there, I would say. And I said, be looking to buy into this weakness, because, you never know. This company is a growing company. They do make a lot of money. And regardless of however much people hate it, that could present a buying opportunity. I mentioned that in my last video and played out in a big way. And your man here, 10 bagger, making some profits. Thanks, guys. Thank you for watching. I look forward to putting a lot more content for you guys. Have a good night.